Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today it's getting cold outside. It's November and we are actually over halfway through the month, and it's just about 1 month to Christmas and stuff like that, and it's getting cold. So therefore I'm using my stove, and it's burning heavily here behind me, but I just used the last box of wood. I cut up wood to burn in the stove, and that's just, here we have the boxes. The angle grinder on top of it has nothing to do with it, but I have these foldable boxes that I put the wood in. And up here, yeah, there's a nice picture of my heat pump out here. That's running as well. I don't think it's doing anything. Oh. No, the temperature is good. As long as I run the wood stove, or the wood boiler, what we call it, the heat pump does not turn on. The heat pump turns on when it becomes too cold. If the boiler goes out, the heat pump comes on. But to cut wood, I have a chainsaw, and it's a cheap chainsaw. I think this was about $180, but I got it at Christmas from my mom. Thank you, Mom. And the plan was right now to go out and cut some wood and put it in the boxes and carry it inside. I really needed to find the tool to fasten this, but I seem to have misplaced it. Okay, I have no idea what happened there, but this thing actually found where it's supposed to be laying around. So it was where it was supposed to be, but that was the last place that I was looking. I'm just gonna loosen these two bolts. There we are. And there is a screw here that is totally hidden away in the sawdust. And it's down there. And I'm just gonna tighten this a bit. And tighten these again. I filled the chainsaw with chainsaw oil. I have to get a new one. This one is dry now. And I have some gasoline. Good. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos from the United States that you're not able to stash gasoline around, and all the preppers, they go for diesel because they can save that longer. I don't know, our gasoline is good for probably a couple of years before it goes bad. I don't know if there is any different there, but now the chainsaw is good to go, and I'm just gonna show you the boxes that I do. Oh, and the kitty is here. Hi, kitty. And one of her little children. Are we eating? Are we eating? Yeah. I'm gonna be making noises with the chainsaw just so that you know. Well, I cut up the wood and I put it in these boxes, and I do this because they're much easier to move around, move a box into the house in this manner. And underneath this plate I have an access to the house. Just remove here. I have a hole that I actually have a slider that I can put here, and I can slide the cases down into the basement. So this is pretty new. I haven't even tested it yet. I think I might be doing this today. Only one problem. I need to move all these rocks. So that's yeah. I would like to not have to do that, but they're in the way. So out here in the garden, got the chainsaw, got the kitties, and over here I have the stockpile of old wasted wood that I'm gonna be splitting up. This is all just waste wood from different places. I kind of just get all the wood. I chop it up and use it in the winter, and it's a good thing to get it chopped up and let it dry for a couple of weeks before I burn it, because otherwise it's wet. So the chainsaw just ran out of fuel, and this is the pile of wood, and this is the pile of wood that I did in one tank of gas on the chainsaw. And I'm gonna fill it into boxes and see how much it fills in the boxes. Yeah, I'm kind of putting wood into the boxes, and then it suddenly started to rain. So I'm gonna take the camera and the chainsaw over where the rain does not hit it. It's already wet over here. Yeah. Yeah, so it never started to rain really hard, so I kept on going, and let's see, that's 13 boxes of wood, and on an average, if it's a cold winter day, I use 5 boxes a day. If it's a day like today where it's not really that cold, I use between 3 and 4 boxes just to keep up the heat. And I cleaned up a bit over here because all the sawdust usually makes a bit of a hill, and that's irritating to work with. So I took off all the sawdust, and actually underneath all the sawdust, all the plants are trying to get up again. So now it's becoming winter, so they will die off. But it's really hard to see that I've actually been digging into this pile of wood, and I have another pile over here that has been there for years, and I think I have to get rid of this, burn all of that this year too, because the wooden box that I made to put it in is not really handling that well any longer. So I want to empty this out and build a new box for it. So now magically I want to get these inside. So very magically all the rocks, the tiles that was placed here has magically moved in here behind the pallet. See that? Yeah, they've magically been stacked in there, and now I'm going ahead and I'm gonna try my new invention, which is probably an old invention, but I made this during the summer when we were doing these tiles. I made sure that these boxes with wood would be able to go down into the basement. Let's just see that. Go into the basement. Very important that they're not stacked too high, so they'll be able to slide down there. So I'm gonna get the wood from all the way over there and slide it down to the basement. I think I measured up that this thing is able to take 5 boxes. And this is the first go. I'm gonna that wasn't how it was supposed to go. I think I need some kind of a stop down there. Okay, I went down to the basement and the slider, it ends in 2 boxes. I think I need to make this bigger, longer, so that it can reach the ground down there. But right now the slider ends on 2 plastic boxes at the end, and I turned the boxes around so that they're now the longer side, and I left the box that we just slid down there. Luckily nothing was broken, only my pride. So we're gonna try this again. Next box. That didn't work. Okay, I went down to the basement and I took a piece of wood and I blocked the wheels on the 2 plastic cases down there. So hopefully they won't slide as much next time. And I cleaned up the mess. So yeah, we're gonna try it again. Next box. Stayed there this time. We are. So let's see how this looks in the basement. Okay, in here is the box solution. It's right there. I have a bit of a spot for the boxes here, so this is where they'll dry up. The idea is to pick up the boxes here. Oh, it was definitely on its way out. That's why there's room for more than 5 boxes. It's not that bad. It's fixable. I have some pieces of wood that I was planning to do something with that. I'm gonna try this. It might be a disaster. I'll just have the case will come down, the slider, and hit this board, and hopefully it will stop. I might be able to put this in a bit there. This is probably as good as it gets, but I'm gonna leave the camera down here and record when the boxes come down.
wasn't really that bad. It stopped okay. I'm gonna save the box. Take this down. Add it. They have a rough landing down here, so I have to find a way to soften this landing. It's a lot easier than carrying the boxes down the stairs. Ready for the next go. There we are. Cool.
So I have 3 boxes here, very wet wood, and I have 3 boxes here which has been under the roof for a couple of months, I think. So I just need to get the last 6 boxes of wood down into the basement.
Just one box missing.
I think I would be able to make the system longer so it could take more boxes. Have to invent something new or improve on this system. I got all the wood down. There it is, like, let's see, 16, 18 boxes of wood. I had some wood laying around in boxes, it turned out, and here is the system without anything on it. I put down this board underneath the boxes to prevent the wheels to run the boxes backwards, and that kind of worked. And that's the look of it going up. And these are actually electric something you hang under the roof to run your electric wires. I can't remember where I got those, but they work perfectly. And I've got them at an angle here so that the box will slide on this one and not be able to go out from this one. So the box will stay on these rails and not slide all over the place. Now I'm gonna go and see how best to close up the hole. Done. I've closed it up. I actually had this whiteboard laying on top of this even before I started today, but it wasn't fitting very well. So what I did, I measured up so that it follows the curve of the house. It's not an exact angle up here. It's not 90 degrees. Or 90 degrees. And I trimmed a piece off here so that it wouldn't go this way out. And down there I put on a board that is screwed on this one, 2 screws right there. So it closes off this hatch pretty okay. Let's go down to the basement, see how that looks. Okay, the slider, I just pulled it in a bit. I think if I needed to, I could actually open up from upstairs and pull the slider up. The batteries are dead on my camera light.
You can see some of it. It's closed off pretty well. There is still wind coming in. I'm planning to put on something on the inside too. Well, yeah, that's on the to-do list. So now I have probably heating for the house 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how cold it becomes here the next 2 to 3 weeks. And I improved my system. It closes up better, and I tested it, and I know some of the issues that I have to work on. I want to make it longer so that I can put on more boxes of wood. That would be cool. So yeah, if you have any good suggestions, leave them in the comment below. Do subscribe and like my video so that you can see me again. Have a nice day. Bye bye.